I think it's great. Anything you liked about this episode particularly?
I just thought that it was a really good introductory episode. It doesn't... I'm not going to say that it means... I don't feel like I've missed out on anything, I guess, by this being only the second episode of Torchwood I've ever seen. I still want to go back and see the other stuff, but I don't feel like I have to understand this new series. And that's not something I expected them to be able to pull off, and they did a better job of it than most of the Doctor Who introductory episodes do with the new Doctor, usually.
Yeah. Some of the things I liked in this episode were some of the little details they threw in there, like the food thing and the insect thing. Because, I mean, they quickly realized that, you know, if this goes on too much longer, they're going to run out of food. Mm-hmm. They're not going to be able to self-sustain the planet. And then, you know, I like the dead body scene. That was great.
That was...
especially, you know, with...
The sound.
Yeah, the sound. That was a great scene. The travel montage for the CIA agent. I mean, that was a great, you know, it's moving the story along, but you also get a sense of time. It progresses very, very well.
Yeah.
It also gives you a sense of how small England really is, that you can get from Heathrow to Wales fairly quickly.
And that it's England's New Jersey.
Yeah. And, you know, that there are consequences for Miracle Day occurring. I mean, that's a great little thing.
One thing I think is really great about it is just, you know, they established that so many people from the Torchwood organization are dead to the point that, you know, Captain Jack and Gwen are the only two left. And it seems to me, just looking at the premise for Miracle Day and the hints that they've given of the last story arc for the previous Torchwood season, that it seems like Miracle Day is the sort of story arc you get after exactly 30 seconds of just pitching ideas in the writer's room, where everyone goes, okay, we killed everyone last time, so what if this time we just don't kill anybody?
Nice.
It really does seem like that sort of thing to me, and I think it's really... I mean, I could be off base here, but it seems like that's how they arrived at this idea, and it's really cool what they're going to be doing with it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the end product's going to be. So, what did we not like about the episode? Is there anything that stood out that just irritated you or you did not like?
Not really, didn't dislike anything.
There wasn't enough Captain Jack.
Well, yeah, aside from that.
Actually, yeah, it just seems like a weird thing to do. Not making him a supporting character. I don't know if this is a sign of where they're going with the series, or if they're just dialing back use of him because they want to introduce all of the newer characters, give more equal sense of screen time to everyone. But it does seem strange just how limited his involvement in the show was.
Yeah, I actually make a note about that later on, which I'll get to. I think for right now, I think it was just let everybody get to know everybody else before we show how much of a badass Jack is. Mm-hmm. I think we might be getting to that. But for me, overall, I thought there was really nothing bad about the episode. I thought it was a very solid episode. Like I said, this is Davies almost at his best.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see where we're going to go after this. I can't remember if this is supposed to be 12 or 13 episodes, but I'm really curious to see where it's going to take us. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we're going to jump back to a little bit of some of the questions that popped up as I was watching this. The first one that really jumped back up, that really caught me, is who are the they that rebuilt the tower?
I'm still trying to think about that. It's still going around in my mind.
And with the tower rebuilt, do you think the hub is back? And for those that haven't seen Torchwood, there was a tower in which they hid in, and it was called the hub. Yep. It was basically their base of operations. I'm wondering if the hub's back. And we just don't know it yet, because they didn't get a chance to go there, because it almost looked like they were running towards where the hub was, but they never got a chance to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm curious about the they, which, I mean, that's a huge question. Another thing, who sent the email?
I I don't think it's anyone we've seen to this point.
No, I don't think so either.
I really don't think that it's something that it's within our power to really even discuss right now.
Yeah, that's one reason why I didn't show you guys the, and I have it paused, I didn't show you the next episode stuff.
Okay.
Because I think we see who actually sent the email.
Oh.
In that thing. Okay, next question is, what do you think is the cause of Miracle Day? Because if you really think about it, if it is a reversal of what's happened to Jack, and it's been flipped to everybody else, this has to be something more powerful than the Time Lords.
Yeah.
Because for those that don't know, and spoiler alert here, basically it was the heart of the TARDIS and Rose that brought Jack back to life and made him immortal. So I mean that's some pretty powerful mojo. That did that to Jack.
I was just about to find that out, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were.
I guess
Yeah.
is that it's just someone trying to hijack that and then something going wrong. I think it's as simple as that.
Or do you think it's somebody that really wants Jack out of the way? So he found a way of making Jack mortal. So he could actually kill Jack.
Huh. That just ends up raising the question:
Okay.
who was willing to forfeit an entire planet to kill one guy?
There's a whole long list of people.
Oh, there
Yep.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Stop
does
that many
sort of
people.
narrow the suspect
In a very
list.
sexy
Yeah.
manner.
Oh my goodness.
Which then also leads me to, do you think by the end of this thing, do you think Jack's gonna die?
No, they would lose all their female viewers.
They really would. I don't think they will.
The timeline doesn't allow him to die until the year 5 billion.
Well, that's only if you believe that it's one and the same.
I do.
You really do think they're
Well,
one and the same?
They can't do anything that interferes with that being the case or not being the case.
Well,
I don't think they will kill him this season because I know they want him to come back for the 50th reunion of
Well,
Doctor Who.
Well, okay, that was gonna be part of my point. Well, the reason why I mean, if you're watching this, you've probably seen Doctor Who. The thing is they hint that Jack and the Face of Bo are one and the same. One of my issues with them being one and the same is the Face of Bo gave birth.
Wait, is
Yeah.
the face of Bo that thing in the tank?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but in the first episode of Torchwood, Captain Jack mentions that he's been pregnant before.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It just,
Damn, Gwen's
I don't know. But because, I mean, and also the reason why I also don't think that Jack's going to be one of the characters that dies is because I do know that, like with the last episode of Doctor Who, A Good Man Goes to War, he was supposed to be in that episode. I know they want to bring Jack over to Who to meet Matt Smith, so I don't think we're going to lose him anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Not until at least that happens. Well, if Jack's not going to die, do you think Gwen, Reese, or the baby might be up on the chopping block?
I don't think they'd kill that cute little baby.
I don't think so.
I think they would. I think they'd kill the baby, and I think they'd kill her husband. I think
Yeah.
this is going to come down
I think
to...
Reese is probably
What-
one of those if he's on the chopping block.
What this is going to come down
Reese
to, I
always
think, is
is.
that in the end, Gwen's going to have to choose between everything that matters to her or the planet.
See, and that's an interesting point. I was thinking about that. Yes, everybody's alive now, and yes, I think they've been able to heal a lot of people because they've had more time to do medical recovery, but the way a heart attack works, it's damaging the heart muscle. You can't repair that.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, he might have more time for them to give him a heart transplant, but, I mean, it might come down to her choice between her father living and dying at some point.
Yeah.
You know, because that's a good thing. They made the point is, when we fix this, if this does get fixed, who's going to live and who's going to die?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of those people aren't going to be sticking around.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I saw, let's see,